go
you
to
don't have
school.
schools.
That is so going in. That is so going in.
There we go. Welcome to the first YouTube video from DCE Parts. You may of course recognize me from the YouTube videos already. Luke maybe not yet. He's going to help us with filming a lot of the content that you will be seeing on this channel. Yeah?
Indeed.
Yeah. So we are going to introduce you to a lot of the parts and the stuff that we do for DCE Parts. You may recognize me from PSR Parts on the other channel. But right now, let's start with how the company actually started.
How did we here? First of all, let's talk about where are we?
Where are we? We are at actually the center of where actually DCE Parts have been started, because Hoan and I, which is there in his car still, we have been studying industrial design on a school right behind the camera, which is of course the birthplace of whatever we are doing today. And that's of course a really cool location to start with. We are in the port of Rotterdam. This is actually a school placed inside a submarine manufacturing plant, let's say like that. They stopped making submarines here, and now the University of Rotterdam is inside the building where we are now.
So you own the company with Hoan. And you guys met at the school or not?
We met at school. Yeah.
And then from there you're like, okay, you like BMWs, I like making noise, let's go have some fun. Or how
well, actually, it was some time in between. So Hoan and I were, actually Hoan was not that often on school, so I couldn't really have some time with him. And I think after 5 years, we met again after school.
Okay.
About his car. He had an M235i. F22, which he wanted to have it lowered. I was working for Cobra Suspension at the time, and that is how we got into contact again. Okay. And after a while, we just were like, okay, why not start a exhaust brand, or at least something with our own product?
And you saw something that BMW makers, or at least just car makers in general, doing with aftermarket exhausts. And you saw something that you could do. What was the first thing that you saw that you're like, right, we can do different?
Of course, because you are a car enthusiast, you are always looking for parts. You want to modify your cars to make it more of your own, personalize it, let's say it like that.
Give it its own soul.
And there were a few things that we are missing in the market, which is exhaust videos, or you don't find the result of a lot of the projects that you will be doing.
True.
So at the time, when I was working for my other job at the time, if you wanted to modify your car, it's really hard to find the end result. So we figured if we make a product that we can directly showcase to the customer how it sounds, how it feels, then the chance to get to the customer's needs will be higher, you know, because you are bringing it out onto YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, which is actually what we've done. And Hoan at the time bought the 330e, which is over there. He's sitting just behind the camera. He's a little bit camera shy. So he bought the 330, and there was nothing for it. So we decided to design a few products for it. Catless downpipes with a unique touch. A catless downpipe is nothing more than just a pipe, and here in the Netherlands you can of course also, don't say it out loud, but you can pass the MOTs with a visual catalytic converter. So even if it's empty. There are a few loopholes in those things, but at the time of recording. So maybe this may be different in a year or two. The core of DCE Parts is actually that we design exhausts that sound different compared to the other brands in the market.
The goal is not to be as loud as possible, which is everyone can get loud, but it's making it enjoyable but also pure at the same time. To combine the engagements of the driving and just enjoying the sound. At the end of the day, a lot of the times that's what makes and breaks the soul of a car, and the connection with the car is the sound. And the first thing people want to do is put an exhaust on it to get that connection back to the car, and that's where you guys are amazing at it.
This is one of the examples. I mean, you can straight pipe these cars quite easily and make it really loud, but it then will sound like a lawnmower, 2-3 cylinders, shouting in the back, which is not what we really like. Of course, you can find exhaust setups in the market that accommodate to different needs, which is perfectly fine. We just find a different spot in the market where we can fill in the market demands. So this car is running resonated catless downpipes, resonated equal length single hybrid mid-pipe, and the titanium axle back. So that combination cannot be found elsewhere, which means it's a quite unique part. And that's also one of the things that we are always after, just unique things, you know.
And no one's doing.
Yeah, no one is doing it.
And I think also highlighting the fact that you also are one of the only people that I know off the top of my head who work properly on the X series.
Yeah.
On the X3, 5 series, on the X5, X3, those kind of.
Well, yeah, mainly the hybrid. Hybrids is the fundamental part that we have built the company on.
Yeah.
So the 330 was of course the first one. Then we went to the X5 50Es.
Okay.
We are now developing parts for the X3 30s and that kind of stuff. And from there, we of course always enjoy these cars as well. M cars are always fun to have.
Yeah. I think it's time to move to the next location and carry on chatting. And I think what a lot of people's questions and thoughts about, especially the hybrid systems, which you guys are known to be the best at.
Yeah.
When it comes to the hybrid systems, what would be the best first kind of exhaust modification that you would recommend for people who have the hybrid, but still also want to get that unique experience out of their BMW?
Well, actually the full package, right? Yo,
you go straight full package?
Just go for the full package.
Yeah? Why?
I mean, if you don't have warranty on these cars anymore, just go for the full package because that truly transforms how the cars drive. If you do have warranty, I would stick to a catback maximum.
Okay.
So then you install the catback. Of course, there's no guarantee that the warranty will be in place because every dealer handles the warranty cases differently. But at least you can reverse it fully.
Yeah.
If you remap the car, then of course the full ECU is modified, which they can detect quite easily. If you have the opportunity, I would open up the car and just tune
full
it fully.
Catback.
Because that makes the car a lot more fun to compare to when it's stock.
And the most unique part is the fact that you guys focus on the hybrid systems, trying to give the best deliverability when it comes to noise and sound without ruining the drivability of the car.
We just don't want to ruin the daily drivability of these cars. Of course, you can compromise a lot, take out the interior and get a lot more performance out of it, but that's not what we are after. And also not what you're after on these cars, of course. You wanted to daily drive it, of course. So we want to have the valve exhaust. You make sure that you can close it and open it whenever you want.
This place where we are right now is special for you guys. Because
kinda. I mean, back then we didn't appreciate it that much because it was school and we don't like school. But we do like that it was here in the, let's say it like that, after school we do like because of the unique location it was. Nobody has to, nobody can say that they studied in a submarine hall or something like that, you know?
When you grow up in Africa, you don't really go to school.
You don't have schools.
That is so going in. That is so going in. As much as you can modify a car, it's all about the connection you have and how personal it is. When you have a car, especially at a young age, and it's a dream car, something like that, it's that connection that you want to have. And that's why with an exhaust is the biggest part, in my opinion, that gives it that emotion that people are looking for.
Yeah, going quick in an electric car does not give me the same feeling going quick in these. You're slower probably, but it does make it more fun to drive.
Yeah.
And of course it's not just experience, it's not just clamping a product onto a car, but it's a combination of course engineering, design, performance, and of course enjoyment. So it's not only chasing after a loud car or putting a pipe on a car and hoping it sounds nice. There's also some engineering behind it. And that's why we are here, because this is of course where our foundation of our knowledge actually started, you know?
And I think it's also important for us to figure out, we now know where everyone comes from, where we're going, where do you guys want to go, what's the goal?
The next step would probably be a Porsche or something like that. So we are slowly building the company step by step. We started with the hybrids. That was the main portfolio for a long time. Then we started going into M3s, M5s, M8s, and supercars is actually also one of the things that we want to do, like Porsche 992s, Ferraris, Lamborghinis. But that maybe require a little bit more time because you of course also have to showcase the products and the development behind it. So we're doing step by step.
We are still very much in the beginning, but that's why we're showing you guys where we are now and where we want to go. And it's awesome for us to show you guys where we are now, and you guys can follow us. You guys can see where we go from now, and maybe in 3 years' time we'll be completely different, but you guys are there with us.
Hopefully.
You guys are there to see the whole journey and see how we went from there to there. and going even further?
It actually all started from a hobby, so
Exactly.
2 years, 2.5 years. Just a plan, nothing too serious. We just build a web shop and start a brand and see how it goes, you know. But with calculated risks, calculated parts, that kind of stuff, you know, what parts are we going to do?
Yeah.
So it was not completely out of the blue, because we have dreamt a long time about making our own parts. You of course also have a product design studio, which is of course something really beneficial to our company.
Yeah.
I used to do a lot of small parts for cars, like adapter plates for M54 engines, billets for supercharger, brackets for superchargers, billet materials for all kinds of stuff. But that was also truly just hobby. I think the next thing that we should do now,
let's go for
demonstrate how the car sounds. We do it with the 313 maybe and the M3. Then you will also hear why the cars sound a little bit different compared to what's on the market.
Of course.